I know I need to get my hair cut. So, welcome to another installment of Outermost Uncle. We're on number lucky 13. It is called What Are the Chances a 1958 Disappearance and a Family Mystery Collide? Kablammo. Pay attention, I have a question at the end of this. Perusing the government report yet again, there it was. While I was on San Salvador Island, Marie posted a comment to one of my blog installments. She said, "My mother talks about this incident at the base. She was a young girl and worked in the mess hall. She remembers Bill very well. She can tell you the story as if it just happened today on the island of San Salvador. My father was also an employee of the RCA company, a technician at the control room." Marie responded to my private email. "Yes, Janita Vernicia Benson is my mother. I saw you this afternoon at my mother's home in North Victoria Hill. You interviewed my mother and sister Garnell. I am Denise Marie. My father, I am told by my mother, worked for the same company as Bill Scales, RCA. I was born in 1960. My mother said his name was name withheld. I'm not sure if she got the spelling right. He wore glasses. He was 21 years old, a technician in the control room. He was here for 3 months after I was born, so at least he held me. He gave me a heart locket chain with his photo in one heart, and before he left, he got a picture taken of me and put it in the other side of the heart. Unfortunately, it eventually got lost. I trust he's still alive and well as my mother at 87 years. Denise and I began communicating via WhatsApp. I sent her some of Bill's pictures. Her mother said Mr. X, that's what I'm calling him, wasn't in any of them. Her father's name, it sounded vaguely familiar. It wasn't actually X, by the way, because that would be weird. Perusing the government report yet again, there it was. Mr. X had been Uncle Bill's roommate at the time of his disappearance in 1958. The chances of this information coming to light after 66 years are astronomical. The chances of everything that it took for me to even be on this trip in the first place are pretty astounding. I mean, what are the chances? I was beginning to feel the true pull of the mysterious Bermuda Triangle. San Salvador had 3 separate U.S. bases on the island, plus civilian employees of Pan Am, RCA, and GE. Honestly, Denise's father would turn out to be my long-lost uncle's roommate. The printout of the report was blurry. His name wasn't completely clear. What was clear was that Janita had misplaced one letter of the surname. A visit to Ancestry.com brought up some travel paperwork that gave the clear spelling and even had information regarding his many flights throughout the island chain, including the very flight he took when he finally left, his flight home when Denise was 3 months old. I also found a photo. Denise was dumbfounded when I told her what I'd found. "I can't believe this. After almost 64 years, I may be able to find out if he is alive or deceased. Wow, and he was your uncle's roommate. This is crazy." Denise was excited. Then she said, "I would be at peace with my son. I do not need anything from him or his family. I am living a good life here on the island, retired and enjoying every bit of it. Looking after my mother and doing charity work with other elderly people on the island, also helping young men to find their purpose in life. I have one daughter. It's just like you and your uncle. A piece of my life history is missing, never having a chance to meet my father. It's only what my mother said he said, or did, with the locket chain, and that he held me when I was born." What would a reunion be like? Would there be celebratory fireworks? Would there be fireworks of another kind? Denise and I were both born in 1960. Me in the rusty temperate climes of Southeast Michigan's car chaos capital, and Denise, her family calls her Shaggy, on that outermost 5-mile by 12-mile tropical paradise. While I was taking field trips to now defunct auto assembly plants, she was field tripping to warm, glamorous locales. That's how I envision it went down anyway. Over the next couple of months, the stuff I would find while seeking information on Denise's dad, to me, was huge. I'd share it with her, and although Denise was excited, she was also matter of fact. She has lived her story her entire life. I'm new to it. She had a lot longer to get used to it. Let's stop here and talk about the elephant. Now that I've figured out who Denise's father is and where he is, what do I do with this information? It's not my place to actually orchestrate any type of contact. However, he was my uncle's roommate, and I'm looking for information on my uncle, looking for anyone who knew him. I sent a letter to his last known address. The letter included my search efforts and photos by and of my uncle. I wanted to pique interest with the two images of vintage Eastern test range. I added a photo of my uncle and my grandmother to personalize the letter. Eventually, the letter came back. I've sent out quite a few letters during my quest. This was just another piece of printed discouragement. I sat on it for a while. Mr. X had 2 children after Denise. One day I was feeling gutsy and I simply called a phone number I'd found online. I left a message not knowing if I had the correct person. I received an immediate text in reply stating I had the correct person and they would pass my message on to their father. Though my wait was brief, it felt like an eternity. Another text soon arrived. Can he call you? So I've got a question for you. That's installment number 13. I'm working my way to what happened next. I want to know, though, what would you have done in my shoes? Would you have told one or the other or both of them? Would you have told them anything? What would you have done?